we go into our first clan war of the day. It's ELL 120, Lin and LawLiet versus LP Club, Colorful Focus, Fortitude, and XiaoKK. The dominators of the league are ELL, undefeated, and they want to keep that clean sheet. LP Club, maybe one of the disappointments of the league. Seems like everyone is in a little bit of a slump, especially Fortitude. Only 4 and 6, losing to Rogue Warriors. And what was the second one they lost? I kind of forgot. Maybe against YR? But yeah, I expected them to be way better. They are the current Clan War champions, but that was a whole different LP Club. Last week I was so befuddled by that performance, like how bad that was. They still got the W, but just by, I think, pure luck. The predictions reflect that all casters are rooting or betting on ELL. Question is, how serious do they take this? They are qualified already. They are very, very likely to be rank 1. How important is it for them to get the 7-0? And for LP, there's not too much on the line for them either. They can't surpass Rogue Warriors anymore. They are guaranteed 3rd place, so this could be a wonky clan war.
Still a good potential, though, to display your skill. And we saw yesterday with a 3-0 against F4 that absolutely can be accomplished. How did they 3-0 F4 and got 3-0'd by YR? That's crazy.
Yeah. It was all a little weird, man. These LP clan wars are quite something. I don't know. But YR is a different YR than like 3 weeks ago. Yumiko is playing a lot better. WFZ is finally winning games. I don't know if you were still there, but it was really cute when Yumiko and WFZ finally won their first match. How happy they were on their cameras. Like such a big relief on their faces. That was really cool. And since then, things are just clicking for YR. We will see that in the second clan war. But LP, there were some weird games, man. There were pauses because Fortitude answered a phone call in the middle of a match. You know, stuff like that.
Man, it was about the crab stand.
Yeah. That was... Oh my... That was the worst clan war. Alrighty, the music changes, and this is usually the indicator that we go into our first match. We don't have the maps yet, right? I don't think so.
Lost Temple! Finally! Is this the first time ever?
No, we saw it yesterday and a week ago or something. LT, yeah.
I hadn't seen it yet.
That, they played it yesterday as well, I think. XiaoKK and Fortitude, and of course they won. Yeah, against F4. True, Czech and Sok were defeated. In the one-on-ones, Twisted got banned by LP and ELL bans Terranas. Okay, don't want to play against the Colorful Warden or the Fortitude expansion play. Pretty standard so far.
Yeah, unsurprising bans here in the 1v1, but in the 2v2, you know, Neo, when I was here still, we never saw the Lost Temple. It was always banned. I'm glad to see it here, starting off the day. I love this map in 2v2. Even 1v1 a few weeks ago, we had it in the GGGs, which was quite fun as well. Massive map, Blizzard Classic. One of the most iconic maps in Warcraft ever.
True, I start to dislike it in 2 and 2 because it's so much about the fountain and the early engagement on that fountain. But if it goes for a lot of expansions and the big fights, this is of course what we want to see. Yesterday, Czech and Sok, they really had a pretty bad position there. Same for Sonic and Maru. So positioning is very, very important. There was such a crazy fight where F4 was sandwiching LP, and it looked like, oh boy, they're gonna just smash them together, like in Star Wars, you know, when they're trapped in the garbage press. But Fortitude and the freaking Blizzard turned this fight around. It was unbelievable. So yeah, I would love to see more of that. Thank you, Kalkino, with the €5 donation. Love the games, but why those graphics? We answered this so many times. Sorry about that, but great that you love the games. And now the question is, of course, who will they seed? Is it XiaoKK and Fortitude, the star 2 and 2 of LP first, or will they send in someone else? Yesterday it worked kind of well, so I could see them do it again. No human on the ELL side, of course. This is where, like, humans on LT, name a more iconic duo in the history of Warcraft 3, right? So I imagine this will be a LawLiet play, probably with Lin.
LT is also a classic split push map, though. So this is where Undead always does really well. Normally Undead is the strongest race in the late game in 2v2, and if then you can force 1v1s and pull TPs, can also be a big help. But it's Lin and LawLiet indeed stepping into the ring against the star duo, Fortitude and XiaoKK.
4 and 4. It's just, this pickup of XiaoKK was genius. I can not imagine that he's costing too much. And his performance here, also in the Gold League in January, in the qualifiers, and throughout this entire group stage has been nothing but spectacular. You know, not the shiniest plays. He's not the one who surrounds with 3 grunts and a wolf or something, but his timings are awesome. He's always there when his teammate needs him. Yesterday, Fortitude lost his TP early, then was surrounded with his Archmage, so no TP on him. And the genius XiaoKK used his Farseer past the town portal, saved the Archmage, and pretty much saved their game with it. They're tiny little things, but that's exactly what makes XiaoKK so strong. Lin and LawLiet, in the December and January clan wars, they weren't looking hard at all. It was more LawLiet and 1-0 and Lin and 1-0. But since Playday 2 or 3, something really clicked. They stepped up their game. You see it here, 3 and 4 as well. So this is one of the best 2 and 2s in the entire league.
Yeah, and you know, the last 2v2s that ELL lost was with 1-0 and Lin, and 1-0 and LawLiet. So interesting how they made that development, right? How they started off being the weak 2v2 in the team, suddenly apparently becoming the strong one. Now, of course, the interesting thing in 2v2 also is always the race mix matchups. So we're gonna have Orc Night Elf versus Human Orc. Is there something to be favored here? A certain combo to be favored here?
Depends a little on the starting positions, right? If you get the Night Elf natural expansion in between the bases, that could be good. Same goes for the human. So we have to keep an eye out for that. I think the Night Elf Orc combo for ELL is definitely better than the combo with any undead, because Fiends just take some time and then you might lose the fountain over it.
Also, interesting question here is about the first heroes, right? Like normally old LT, like WC3R days, we always saw Demon Hunter, Blade Master contesting the middle, going for the claws, going for the fountain. But Lin has been playing a lot of non-Blade Master first. We saw him with TC first. We saw him with Shadow Hunter first. We've seen him with Farseer first. We've seen him with everything first.
Yeah, I think
and Farseer and Blade Master are normally more the space creators, trying to be disruptive early and usually not that strong later. So a lot of interesting decisions here already early on we're going to be seeing in the 2v2.
Yeah, I think Keeper is kind of the standard for LawLiet. He could play Potom as well, but you really want the control early, especially when you play Mass Hunts, which is likely, I think. Or at least the hunt transition, so a late start. TC Headhunters and Mass Hunts, that's a super slow start. I don't know if you want to give him that. Especially when XiaoKK is going Wolves again, which he could do. But yeah.
It's also a very big map, oftentimes very tough to attack, like up the ramps and stuff. Oftentimes with expansions as well, all leading to occasionally long games. This is, for that reason, I think one of the most likely MG maps. I'm not saying that MGs are going to be likely, but if we're going to be seeing MGs, I wouldn't be too surprised to see them here. And in the 2v2s, we've been seeing kind of the exact ones where it's not all about piercing damage, range units, but we've seen a lot of 2v2s with Torrents, with A-bombs. Like the heavy melee has certainly had a solid place in the 2v2s here in this league. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, boys. Let's get the show on the road. What are they talking about all this?
Yeah, we're waiting for the game to start. Maybe some join bugs or something. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pause the recording now, so there isn't too much downtime on the YouTube video. And the moment I press pause, they're gonna start it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is ELL versus LP Club. It is LawLiet and Lin versus Fortitude and XiaoKK, two of the strongest 2-on-2 teams that we have in this entire league, facing each other on the most iconic map, Lost Temple. June Park, World Champion, Next Champion, CC Masters Champion, LawLiet, second place in the Warcraft 3.info ELO ranking, tearing it up. Fortitude, the man with the game face on, and XiaoKK with sunlight today. Yesterday was just a silhouette sitting in the dark. Things have changed. And finally, we have a game. 1 hour delay, but still the same excitement. Welcome to Lost Temple. We have LawPow Esports Club with XiaoKK and Fortitude on the 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock position. That is absolutely wrong. That is ELL with Lin and LawLiet, as we see the Night Elf here. And the LawPow Esports Club in the 12 and 9 o'clock position with Fortitude and XiaoKK. So, how this works, again, sorry, I got cut off there. 2-on-2 first, that grants you a point. After the first 2-on-2, we go into 2 1-on-1s. Map choice is with the losers of the first map. If there is no decision after the first 3 maps, as it is best of 5 pretty much, so first to 3, we go into a second 1-on-1, and if the clan war is tied afterwards, we have one final best of 1 1-on-1 to close things. So, we have an Archmage, we have a Keeper, we have a Torrent Chieftain for Lin, okay. And what did XiaoKK play? Did they show it already?
I think it was a Blade Master.
Okay. Blade Master.
I'm not 100 on that, but I think it was a Blade.
Okay, so this is a slow start for ELL, as they are waiting for probably hunts and headhunters. And that could give the early game to the LawPow Esports Club. I don't think they will expand against this combo. We don't see too many expansions anymore on Lost Temple, but it's a quick level 2, so the norm is to creep the natural and then go into the middle. Well, let's see.
With the 2 Borrow Tech here for XiaoKK, he's going to have quite a few grunts out early. I'm very surprised that he, with a Blade Master, isn't going towards the middle right away. It's kind of the shoe on the other foot here between the 2 orcs. It's the TC going aggressively into the middle, who's usually weaker on lower levels, and the Blade Master, stronger on lower levels, is going for the natural creep instead. Certainly not going for a fast expansion. If anyone's going to do that, that's going to be Fortitude. Also, LawLiet opening up the base. This certainly smells like a fast expansion right here.
Is he only playing archers? Does he have no hunter soul? We'll see. Blade Master with Gloves of Haste. Not the item he was looking for, most likely. And Fortitude. Is he building something? Is he just abandoning this? I would be very surprised to see an Expo, to be honest. But looks like he's building something in the north. Interesting change. Usually he was teching rather fast and went double racks mass rifles. Apparently not the case here now.
Alright, interesting. No expansion yet for LawLiet, but could certainly still be coming. Dude, this TC is so happy with this early game. He's normally a hero that can easily be pressured, especially by a Blade Master. And he just crept 2 camps, got to level 2, still has the natural up after this. A bit of a gamble here by Lin with a creep route early. This could have very well just completely backfired. But it works out, so he's fine with this so far. Now, Fortitude and XiaoKK joining forces in the middle. Could perhaps be time for the Founders.
Definitely looks like it. TC has Storm, finds Fortitude, also level 2. TC had the shop nearby, so he can heal up with heal cells, but he's already at like 50%. Blade Master comes in, trying to block. Could pick up some headhunters, but just a little bit of distraction. Buying time. LawLiet already in the upper right, harassing the upcoming expansion for Fortitude. So this it's a lot of mana gone already. Tower is up. Expo is up as well. It's just a few peasants.
There's also a lot of space being bought though, right? Because there is an expansion coming up now for LawLiet. I'm pretty sure this blue dot on the minimap definitely looks like an expansion.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're setting up for here. That's what they're distracting for right here. Of course, a few peasant kills as well, but it's mostly about buying space for this expo. And they're also forcing back the team of LP and preventing them from creeping the fountain. This may not have been the most peasant kills, but I think this was a really smart attack.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of games on LT, and this is a very different one compared to the ones before in the past couple of weeks. Early harass, early expo. This is both teams pretty much changing things up.
So I think one or two headhunters there were lost for Lin. I'm not quite certain of this. He must be teching behind this, and they're still waiting for the expansion for LawLiet to come up. But Fortitude's expo is going to be much faster. Big question here is, who's teching on the ELL side?
Yeah, should be Lin rushing to tier 3. Headhunter's just crazy good on tier 3. Keeper is a little bit in trouble. Another windwalk by KK forcing a town portal, and you don't want to lose your town portals early. Quite a good early, I would say, for LP Club. It's nighttime, so you can make use of the fountain in the middle, but it's always risky because creeps can be woken up, of course. Thank you, Skragor, for the 3-month resub. Grunt falling, another Headhunter falling as well. And just Archmage Blade Aggression works out well. And that is the fountain for LP Club so far.
Yeah, this early did turn into quite a few losses there for ELL, didn't it? At least 2 Headhunters dead, also TP lost and the Grunt lost as well. Whereas it seemed like LP lost absolutely nothing. But TC now comes in with the stomp against the footies, takes out one of them at least. But LawLiet isn't really close by to help his friend. Oh, there he's coming in from the edge of the screen. Keeper and the Hunts come in. And we know how important this camp is in the middle. So much experience to be gained. And 2 big consumable items. Second hero timing is now crucial. The Shadowhunter providing the Hex gives the map control to Team LP.
And that's another kill most likely. Chasing the Keeper knowing that there is no TP, right? Nope, lost that before, didn't rebuy it yet. Great control over the fountain. Great timing to engage. We see a little bit of movement towards the expansion of Fortitude in the upper right. That should be LawLiet then, but they give up the fountain. That's a fully healed army. And the first big items, Health Stone on the Archmage. And what's the second one? Always takes some time. Pick it up, pick it up.
LawLiet is not committing to the expo. He's trying to run by into the main.
Scroll of the Beast, by the way, was the second one. That is, that's huge in 2-on-2. Yeah, maybe he thought the tech is faster and he can cancel the second barracks or the Sanctum or something. And this is what we saw seen yesterday in RA versus NP. Harassing orc bases seem to still be a great thing, especially in the absence of...
Oh, that Scroll of the Beast was just popped, dude. That's gonna hurt.
Yep, LawLiet is still trying to break the base. Towers are coming up. No repair, though. Game of chicken on pretty much all sides.
Reinforced defense just finished full in. Oh, man, if that had been just 20 seconds earlier, this would have been such a big deal. But now all the burrows are gone. The Scroll of the Beast doing lots of damage. But TP back is forced. Fortitude is retreating back to his main.
You are very much ahead of me. So TP is now, Game of Chicken is over. Oh, these Militia walking into the Huntress Meat Grinder. This is 3 or 2 more kills. Lin's XiaoKK's base still in trouble. He's there now with the Walker, but the rest is still on the base, and Lin is losing his entire base because of it.
How much damage is he doing to XiaoKK is the question. Well, not as much. The TP comes back, XiaoKK survives. Lin will have to TP out of this, I guess, but he can't go back to his main anymore. He doesn't have a main anymore.
Does he want to fight this? The gold mine is helping him a little. Hex to delay the town portal at least to get 1 or 2 more kills. The grunts are finding a connection. The Blade Master is finding a connection. Nothing really does damage thanks to Spirit Link, at least for a while. And the Shadowhunter is here for heal wave as well. So this is a lot of losses for the world champion. He's getting revenge kills. But at the same time, there's a fight in the north. LawLiet still sieging Fortitude, but here's that second base up. Now a TP out with that one more grunt kill, trying to get that Walker as well. Doesn't work though. And that is a wiped out base for Lin. That is still 3 bases for LP Club. And that is LawLiet still on tier 1.
Yeah, this is looking extremely rough for ELL. This kind of looks like checkmate here, if you ask me. But let's see. These are still the wondrous hands of LawLiet and Lin that this game finds itself in. But it feels like they're under the gun here, certainly, to do something. This whole idea was to tech quickly to tier 3 to get Berserkers, to get this TC ultra high levels. But now you neither have Berserkers, nor do you have TC5, nor do you even have a base anymore. So, well, things didn't go according to plan. It's certainly accurate.
There is not even like mass anymore. 21 supply, that's it. So it's all on LawLiet. But without a big tech, I don't know how he can stand his ground. Mountain King is coming out, Shadowhunter's looking hot, has a potion as well. Around 90 supply. 80 supply. And this base is so siege for Fortitude. They can't really break it, especially not with Hunts anymore, thanks to the towers.
Did you see the damage against the Burrow? It was so much damage, but it's supposed to be fortified burrows. Is that... Am I crazy right now? Anyways, TP comes in, trying to defend, going for the keeper right away. He's getting focused like crazy.
Holy shit, man. This does he have a TP still? Oh, there's another Hex. He can't use it. And that is a sweet surround in the Shadowhunter, but probably won't help him with the keeper out of this fight. Lin is pretty much a non-factor, popping out the Shadowhunter nicely. And it remains to be true. LP Club is the best 2-on-2 team in the league, even wiping out Lin and LawLiet.
Absolutely. Looking really good right there. Perhaps too greedy of a strat, trying to expand and rush tier 3 at the same time. And you know, this is like Fortitude's favorite game. It's like, oh my god, is this a game where I can push the burrows and kill his burrows? Amazing. That's always been his forte in 1v1. And not above abusing that in 2v2 as well. Reinforced defense is not done quickly enough. That's the lead for the underdog, if we can call him that.
Yeah, that is of course their big strength. Now comes the big strength of ELL, former newbie, the one-on-ones. How do you outsmart and outplay them if the lineup is Lin, 1-0, and LawLiet? Gonna be rough, but LP Club did it before in the gold finals earlier this year. Are they still in that shape though? Fortitude, Colorful, Focus is their lineup, so very, very promising one-on-ones. In best of ones, everything can happen, especially if it's losers map choice, so LP Club definitely not without chances. This could be one of these rare 5-map clan wars. So looking forward to seeing games continue. Thank you, Matt is Matt, one of our mods and admins. We love you, Matt. Pock 300 bits. Good to have you back, Remo. We missed you. Can be proud of Neo. He did awesome! Exclamation mark. Job. Thank you, Matt. That is very lovely.
It's good to be back, guys. Yeah, Neo has been captaining the ship very well, but now that I'm back, finally we're gonna have some decent commentary again.
The highlights of the game. Rush into the base, and yeah, that tier 3. Maybe a little too greedy. That was the downside of the Lin LawLiet tactics. Takes too much time against the human orc combo, who really excel on the early tier 2 with Shadowhunter. And well, maybe even rifles, but haven't seen them here yet. Losing the game of chicken equals losing the game. Lin also with a lot of losses early game. Oh, lag. What the fuck? I hear the sound, but there's no video. Is it the same for you?
It's still playing for me.
What the fuck is up with Twitch today? Ah, there we go. Okay. Lin diving into that base, hiding behind the haunted gold mine. But too much damage. XiaoKK, one of the MVPs of this league, even though he doesn't play the one-on-ones. And Spirit Link and Grunts is a very good combo versus Headhunters. And that was Lin down to 23 supply, no chance to rebuild at all. And then one nice fight going for the Keeper of the Grove immediately, who had no TP, couldn't afford it even with an expansion. Stomp and Hex and bye-bye or Stormbolt. And that's safe on the Shadowhunter. KK playing this really, really well. Pop, saved. Everything else falls. 1-0 for the Lao Pao Esports Club. We go into the one-on-ones between ELL and LP. 1-0 Lin and LawLiet versus Focus, Colorful, and Fortitude. See you in a bit. Our next matchup is live, and it is the first one-on-one appearance for XiaoKK. He's up against 1-0, so we see an Undead versus Orc on Northern Isles. That is very interesting. We've seen it from UMAT yesterday as well, that they seeded Maru to give them like one-on-one at the end of the group stage. Maybe it's the same for XiaoKK here as well. A little bit of spotlight. Maybe Focus is unavailable. We don't really know. They shouldn't be unavailable in the $120,000 league, but with LP Club, you never know. And yeah, 1-0. I'm curious. Did he see the patch notes? Is he playing Crypt Lord already just for fun? This could be everything right here.
Yeah, I'm sure 1-0's fingers are itching a little bit to cheese right here. You are first place anyways. It's hard to mess it up. Wait, it's impossible to mess it up, right?
What is impossible to mess up?
First place.
No, if they lose like 0-2, then they have a map difference of 11, and then Rogue Warriors is first.
Oh, I thought it was the head-to-head was prioritized.
Nope.
It's not?
Nope.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, they need 2 map wins, which is kinda likely for LP Club. There's nothing to gain and nothing to lose. So seeding XiaoKK is a nice touch, especially with him playing so good in the 2-2s.
What happens later if YR wins with one map?
Then it's a direct comparison.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
yeah, that's obvious. Why didn't I realize that?
Rise Again versus YR is pretty much a quarterfinal. It doesn't matter what score, it's just about the win. But we'll go into that in, after this. Clan War, of course, a little bit of a warm-up.
I guess that's nice that they're giving KK the opportunity here to show what he can do in 1v1 as well. This would be a great end of the regular season for KK if he could get a win here as well, after having shown how good in 2v2 he is already. Now, it's a tall task though. It's 1-0. The, in my opinion, by far best Undead versus Orc player in the world.
Yeah, I think there shouldn't be a conversation about it, really.
I mean, Happy has been playing Frenzy Ghouls lately and has been looking much better with that, but yeah. Anyways, 1-0 is a world champion. He's the elite of the elite. So this is going to be a rough one. But imagine if he does it, Neo. Imagine if he does. Farseer, TC, Expo, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think this is also a sign that ELL takes it seriously on this map. 1-0 pretty much. He's a good pick against everything. If LP seeds Fortitude, he has the strongest early game of all races on this map pretty much. If they seed an Orc, he's super good versus Orc, so that's fine. And he's better than Colorful anyway, so that's also good. So very, very good pick for ELL to seed 1-0 here, in my opinion.
Better than Colorful, huh?
Ease.
Did you forget who Colorful defeated yesterday, bro?
Thank you, FlaxPap, for the tier 1 sub.
Neo still underestimating my boy Colorful. It's unbelievable. Which stats does Colorful have? Doesn't he have insane stats as well? I guess at the beginning of the season they didn't do so well.
Yeah. I like the seeding here. I still think Rise Again has the best game plans in the second half of the season. But ELL is up there. Always good picks. Rogue Warriors maybe a little one-dimensional with always Infi first, or oftentimes always Infi first. LP didn't impress me too much, but I guess maybe they're sacrificing XiaoKK here, but no, it makes no sense. They had the pick. Anyway, we'll have our game in a moment. There we go indeed. 1-2-0 versus XiaoKK is our first one-on-one here. LP Club leads with 1-0 thanks to his amazing 2-2 performance once again. What can he do? The 2-2 star player and former 2-2 world champion in a one-on-one. They have the lead. There's not too much to lose. XiaoKK is the big underdog here. But this is kind of what they wanted. So 1-0 for ELL in the bottom left, XiaoKK for LP Club upper right.
It is going to be a story here of David versus Goliath. For a moment there in my head, I was like, is it Goliathus? Is it Goliathan? No, wait, that's something else. David versus Goliath. Neo, you know, that is my cup of tea. Bible stories are my favorite kind of stories. What is going to be the story of this game? XiaoKK, what's going to be the strat? Farseer TC is sometimes popular, but on this map, normally not so much. Expansion pretty hard to creep, can turn into an utter disaster against a harassing DK, so Blade Master is to be expected and is to be seen here as well. High level, super late game, tier 3 orc can be very strong against undead, but it's really not easy to pull off. Does XiaoKK have what it takes to win the game here, or to at least make it close? It's not going to be easy, because 1-0 is the best undead versus orc player in the world, who, seemingly, is not messing about here. He is playing standard as well. DK, Ted Fiend opening. Looking all standard here, as far as we can see.
Yeah, that was to be expected. Since we saw XiaoKK for the first time, we kind of praise his early game. We praise his ground control, and then again for years a little he can't really step up his game in the mid and late game. So curious what we will see. We have seen a little bit of Farseer TC plays here as well, but KK was always a lot about Blade Masters, and I think it's fine to go standard for him. No real curveballs, so creeping first and then probably into harass. Same creep routes or same starts for two players. And I guess a peaceful early game until both of them have tier 3.
No Acolytes steal here, but still a bit of harass, a bit of delay. It's gonna be 1-0 finishing off the camp first. It's pretty unusual for orcs normally, isn't it, to finish the whole camp? Normally just go for the item, go for the next item, go for the next item, you know, do the focus style, try to steal as many of the devices, as Foggy would say, as possible. And 1-0 with the green into Expo. I've seen this before by Happy as well, just with skeletons. Has to make sure to micro them well to ensure that they don't die too easily. Finds the first claws of attack. If here at this camp now he finds either claws +9 or pendant, this would be insane. Oh, he's struggling a little bit with this camp. It's gonna take him a lot of health and mana to do this. So this is definitely not perfect, but oh boy, are these items perfect.
Pendant of Energy. Blade Master a little distracted by this Acolyte in the middle. Did not have to reapply the salve though, wasn't cancelled. First Fiend is out. He gets the Claws of Attack as well. That's +8 damage on the Blade Master. Does he have the right idea about this Expo? No, that would have been like that would have been absolutely crazy to scout this early. I like that he's checking the Scorpions in the upper left, because that was one of 1-2-0's patented creep routes, to go across the map and take them out with only DK and skeletons. So XiaoKK knows a couple of tricks of 1-2-0, but he didn't know this one yet.
We talked a little bit about the PTR earlier, by the way. The only thing that disappointed me on the PTR is that the fact that Pen of Energy wasn't nerfed. One of the most broken items, or not broken, but overpowered items in the game. I wonder if I should, like, make this an agenda of mine to every time that the pendant drops, say how overpowered it is. How quickly is that gonna get old, Neo? What do you think?
Very old.
Oh my god, these items, dude.
Everyone
is
can know.
mantle as well. It's absolute nuts items for 1-0. But XiaoKK now going for a big camp in the middle, and this is the first mistake by 1-0 in this game. You always need to be scouting for this option, and you always need to be stopping it if it happens. Scout and Scout comes in now, but now it's too late. DK is too far away. Blade Master is going to get a full camp, and you know, this doesn't come with a great risk for the Orc, really. If you get interrupted, you just speed scroll out. Wow, he doesn't even have a speed scroll, so this was actually a really big risk. And guess what? This is going to be the full level 3. This is a crucial middle camp, stolen away. And yeah, 1-0, too complacent to do anything about this. This is definitely a mistake by the Undead.
Nice roll of the Magi, so +9 int on the Shadowhunter that is coming. Tier 3 and Beastery, normal stuff. 1-0 for the first time with not the perfect item, only the Wand of Mana Stealing. Lich should be following in Slaughterhouse and Tier 3, so normal builds on both of them. Checking out the inventory now, you little... whatever.
I like the build placement min-maxing by 1-0, by the way. This is the same starting positions where Focus destroyed Happy at Anaheim, and how did he do it? By cancelling the Slaughterhouse with a level 3 Blade Master. 1-0 now puts the Slaughterhouse in the back, whereas the Graveyard is more in front, and he has a narrow tower to protect the Slaughterhouse. This is the counterplay for in case the Blade Master was to come in to cancel the Slaughter. Not the case here, not possible here. So second heroes come out, Shadowhunter starts off solo creeping, and will be getting to level 2 very quickly.
He's gonna have a lot of Hex and Heal Wave. So 1-0, stuck at 30. Oh, but being followed by the Blade Master all the time. Gotta be careful. Maybe has to spend a little mana to finish this one off. Was it dust stolen, I guess? Yeah, there is no dust here. And steals the item, but not the experience.
Gets the Ankh, which is certainly not the best item to be found there, but it's like 1 free revive, so it is not too bad. 1-0 has been seen rather bloodthirsty in this matchup upon occasion, especially when picking Dark Ranger, using Silence, disabling heal, Coil Nova, leads to a kill. Did you notice that, Ryan? Did you like that?
Wonderful. Rhyme and Remo is back. So, Shadowhunter level 3, fairly easy to do. Wand of Mana Stealing for him as well. Can be kinda decent, but usually you should be too far away. Can be sold. So yeah, typical Undead Orc play with lots of creeping and then an explosive tier 3. With the question, what is the third hero for 1-0? Will we see Banshees? And of course, timings of expansions and such.
So, who's got the better items so far? Pretty decent on both sides, but especially 1-0's drops here with the bonus damage on the Lich, that's really a big deal. Blade Master gets another steal. This matters for the progress to level 3 Lich, level 4 DK. Coil secures the kill, ring +4. Great for a Pit Lord. And I guess that's the question now for 1-0. Pit Lord or Dark Ranger? Concern here might also be the mana points. That is rather low on 1-0, but the Creep Jack here seems like his opponent isn't ready for that. XiaoKK gets out with a speed scroll, loses a grunt though still, and also has to use the Invul Potion to pick up all the items from the camp. And is in fact the Dark Ranger third. 1-0, unlike me, apparently not influenced by items as far as his hero choice goes. If I found that ring, I definitely would have gone for a Pit Lord. But he goes for the trusted old Silencer lady. And looking to creep the enemy lab away now.
Next question, how do you get that TC up to higher levels? Creep spots, not too many remaining. He could be the first to engage. First Destroyer up as well as quite some mana and snared immediately. TC, what's the influence here? He has the Parable of Vitality, that's pretty nice, but 1-0 just defending this ambush fairly easy, I'd say. Hope of Lightning, of course, great, but there should be cards. Oh, mana's actually quite low. Is this the Destroyer falling? Yes, it is! The EC is safe into the back line. Got a little bit of experience, so XiaoKK with a decent engagement after all. That was a big kill on that Destroyer.
Yeah, 1-0, despite having no mana and using so much of his mana to creep and stuff, still looking really confident, holding his ground. He lost the Destroyer, yes, but he kept position. So he got the rest of the camp, he got the Crystal Ball item. Not the greatest item, but it's an item. And he is creeping up the rest of the bottom right. This means XiaoKK has to go top left to get the red camp, and that is a big camp, but it is the only one that he's going to be able to soak up with his TC. And that means that he's definitely not going to get level 3 anytime soon.
2 new subs here. Thank you, Grubby's #1 fan. 2 for the tier 1 and a Sarm with a 14-month resub. Is that right? Am I hearing the smooth, dulcet tones of Remo's voice? Is the dream team back together? It's just old recordings that I can enable with the Stream Deck. So I have to make up for that as well. I thought I'd bring in something new. Isn't that right?
That would be some sick skills, dude. If you had like a little soundboard that you're using right now with like thousands of different voice lines of mine, and you're perfectly like a savant piano player.
I mean, it's pretty predictable, right? Echo Out is a super shit map. Colorful is a super good player. Stuff like that. Yeah, I could do that. 5
seconds stun on a 6-second cooldown.
I did a little imitation of you lately. That was quite a nice clip. Lich is insane, by the way, with this inventory. Yeah. Plus 32. Good thing that Spirit Link is coming.
Oh boy. That is utter insanity, dude. With Silence, with Destroyers, with Coil Nova. Whew, boy. KK, you need invulns. You need invulns real bad.
Yeah, he got 1, and the Ankh, and the Unholy Aura. That's a nice item from the red spot. Second invul still up for... Oh, third invul still up for grabs, right? He used 1 in the north. He picked up the second one. But this one goes to 1-0 probably. Observer doesn't know that there's commercial pictures over the box. Oh, he
bought a circlet, dude. He didn't buy an invul.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was out of stock still.
Got a heal scroll though.
KK has to focus this Lich. He has to.
Not that easy with Frost Armor and Coil and Silence. Of course, no item on him, so a little bit exposed.
And we just saw the first Banshees. Thank you, 1-0. Indeed, Curse is very good. But 1-0 doesn't just purely go Banshees, he also mixes in Destroyers. So Destroyers, Banshees, Fiends, Statues. Lots of things to micro. Buys the Illusions as well from the shop. And is ready now to engage into the first battle. Supply-wise, pretty even. But where is the Spirit Link tech? Does he have it?
He has it for sure. Does he have the Dispel is the question. It was on the way. Should be finished any second. He's so close to the level 2 Stomp. TC focus, going for the statues on the ground, I guess. 1 in the front. Destroyer taken out immediately. And that's level 3. And that is the big Stomp on level 2. Kodo got to eat. Focus fire on it. We don't see Spirit Link, right? So mana might be a little limited. Blade Master in the middle of everything, so is the TC. Good borrows by 1-2-0. A lot of damage on these illusions. Clutched heal wave on the Kodo keeps the damage aura alive. DK down to 50%. And KK is not doing too bad in this fight, actually. Here comes Spirit Link. The Banshee taken out, #1. Second one taken out as well. This is a little bit mana remaining here on the TC. Kodo finally falls, so that's a Fiend back, and the damage reduced. Is this where everything falls apart? Destroyer back up in the air. Blade Master, of course, super strong with the claws, but everything else seems to be falling.
Yeah, Blade not level 4 yet for the level 2 crit. You can really feel it in this fight. Whereas the Lich with the bonus damage and the orb also dishing out crazy DPS However, statue's gone now, not much more regen at this point, and 1-0 is going to have to TP out of this fight. So he gets away with about 50 supply. KK with only 40 seems to have lost this engagement. Not really the kind of situation where you feel comfortable slapping down a tiny Great Hall.
Nah, and I think that's one of the 2 points why this was such a great attack. If he gives him more time, then he hoards some gold, he uses that tiny Great Hall, and the timing was very precise. No level 4 Blade Master, no level 3 TC while starting this, so no immediate level 2 Stomp, and of course crits still lacking. 3.9 now. But this is way better than I expected from XiaoKK. Like, straight up fight, same supply, good hero levels on both sides. I would expect 1-0 to smash it, but XiaoKK holds for now.
Yep, well done. 1-0 ran towards the middle, got the invul. Very important on this map. We only have one shop. Heal scrolls in this matchup, not that essential, but the invuls certainly are. KK, now with the blade, makes it to the shop and realizes, damn, I forgot about that when he TP'd out. This invul should have been KK's, and this is definitely one of those things that can slip your mind and can cost you dearly in the late game. If 1-0 should break back up to 60 and force another fight, it's going to be a tough one to take for KK without an invul.
He's trying to get some long distance mining in to gather the necessary resources for the tiny Great Hall. Maybe a little bit of a Hail Mary. We rebuild some Banshees. Lich is still absolute monster. Nothing to creep anymore on this map. Both are hoarding gold. 1-0 is the first one to break upkeep again, preparing for the second push.
Blade Master here has been doing a good job scouting around, knows he has to follow into upkeep. Would be kind of funny if 1-0 now would just cancel all production and then fall back, sit at 50, but no, he wants to fight again. Question is he going to get a safety TP to get out again? Or is he going to go balls deep without a course of escape? That would be dangerous.
See, Slipper's purchase on this blade, so he's up at plus 22 without the Kodo.
Yeah, this could be some big crits here coming in soon.
Thank you, by the way, Dr. Sad Face for the Prime sub. Spirit Link applied. How many walkers do we have? Oh, there's no mana for Dispel. Did I see that right?
Yeah, the one walker is dry, but the other one has basically full mana.
Ah, didn't see the second one. All right. Shop control by 1-0 again, playing this very smart and with a lot of routine now.
It sounds like one of those classic commentator things. Playing it with a lot of routine now.
Yeah, what else are you supposed to say when nothing's happening, you know?
And...
No, wait, don't go there now. I love that he has a second Kodo now to having this backup, both at 60 supply, capped at 60 supply. A little bit of gold advantage for XiaoKK. Here comes the next. Oh, silence, pretty much perfect. Nuke on the Kodo beast. XiaoKK trying to go into the backline. I like that one, but there is Curse Supply. That's the second one already. The third one, the statues, man, have quite some uptime. Kodo beast focused again. He finally takes out, and that is finally level 4. So now the crits are going to be absolutely crazy. Headhunter's not really protected though, and the misses are just absolutely insane. 3, 4 in a row, 5! Oh my god, what a disaster! Curse is a really good spell.
Dark Ranger almost falling. The DK gets off the coil at the last second. Somehow this destroyer is still alive. How? I cannot tell you. Now this fight is really falling apart for KK. He held on long and well, but now he's down in the dumpster. Even if he goes for the Lich here with that magnificent stomp, it's not going to be good enough. Or is it? Coil is there. The last one comes in. DK, though, has a mana potion. Lich still in trouble, but now with the invul will survive. The TC, on the other hand, doesn't get to make it home alive. And now everything is truly lost.
Dude, how freaking unlucky is XiaoKK in this fight? That was, like, seriously 30 misses on the blade. GG. Try to focus the statues first. 1-0 equalizes the series. Try to focus the statues first. Lots of miss. Then try to focus the destroyer. 5 misses in a row. Hero focus on the Lich. 4 misses in a row. Yeah, a little more dispel would have been helpful. Curse remains a really, really good spell.
Yeah, you know, the Blade Master's job in this late game fight is always to take out the statues first, but with Curse, it takes forever. And then you throw on one Frost Armor, he gets slowed, the statues move, and it feels like the Orc army is fighting without the Blade for the first 20-25 seconds. And then the rest of the engagement, the focus fire part, is just missing such a big part of the damage output. So yeah, well done by 1-0, you know. Looking good as always in this matchup, but KK put up a good fight as well.
First appearance in the one-on-ones for the 2-2 star player. Held his ground, didn't disappoint. It was, as you said, a David versus Goliath fight, and Goliath won. David, poor soul, got smashed. And that is the 1-1. So, series tied. We go into the third match, which is once again a one-on-one. We still have Fortitude, Focus, and Colorful on the Lao Power Esports Club side. And Lin and LawLiet, the two Koreans remaining for ELL. So, the map choice is with LP Club. What's the best matchup they can get now?
Yeah, this gets interesting now. Well, wait a minute, yeah. I thought you disregarded all reason and logic with LP taking the lead.
Well, I do, and we will go into the analysis after this break as the highlights are coming up. First fight, great timing by 1-0 with the push in general, with the silences. Even a level 2 Storm can't really make a difference. Always focusing the Kodo Beast, so they can't really do too much. That's a lot of damage applied to these Kodos early on, not on the Headhunters, not trying to start the Skeleton Snowball. Just preventing the Devours and getting rid of these Force Supply units. Lich was, of course, freaking insane with plus 32. So once he targeted the Headhunters, there was no match. And yeah, look at the Blade Master. This is just ridiculous. It starts soon. 1, 2. Okay, not that crazy. Here he finally gets it. That's level 4. But once he focuses, yeah, this focus fire in the bottom right. This is ridiculous. Backstep, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in a row. And this happens again on the Lich. Here we go. 1, 2. Curse is so crazy, man. Curse is so crazy. Yeah, with that damage, like, missing, there's no way you win the fight. If the Blade Master is pretty much non-existent, then... lag again. Here we go. And, okay, backstab, 1 miss, 2 misses, 3 misses, 4 misses, crit, 5 misses. This is so sick, man. He shouldn't play the lottery today.
Banshees, dude. I've been saying.
We know. Here we go. We also know that this clan war is now at a 1-1 situation. Second one-on-one coming up with a map choice for LP Club. We go into a little break and we'll be back in just a moment. Second one-on-one of the day, Fortitude versus Lin. This is Echo Isles. And yeah, I mean, Echo Isles screams Fortitude to me, and the best counter to that to me seems to be Lin as well, because he's so damn good at defending these rushes. Lin, the man of the hour, world champion and in next champion, CC Masters champion. He's the cream of the crop at the moment.
Humans here have been lately creeping the Merc camp first, haven't they? Against Orc, or is that outdated now? I've been seeing quite a bit of that recently, and sounds dangerous, you know. Farseer's gonna come in, Woofy's gonna harass, but having a Shadow Priest, having level 2 early, very, very valuable. And Echo Isles is the one map where sometimes we see expansion by Human against Orc. So looking forward to this.
Me too. Lin showed already yesterday that his builds and building positions seem to be Tower Rush proof compared to the Focus build who got Firelord Tower Push by Chimiko. That was wonderful execution by Chimiko and a super crazy blind push from him. So I doubt we will see that here, but it feels like Fortitude versus Lin on Echo Isles, we've seen this a lot, and the matches are always bangers. So one of the best early pushers against one of the best defenders in this matchup. And will Lin prevail once again and take the clan war back into the side of the ELL to help them to keep the clean sheet? Let's see about that. Fortitude, a little bit disappointing in the group stage. To me, maybe next to F4 in general, the disappointment of the group stage. But he looks a lot better this week than he looked last week when he almost lost to Fast. Yesterday we've seen some cool blocks, very good timing, so Fortitude is getting there, but he's still up against Lin.
Yeah, Lin is still the greatest orc of all time, our current reigning world champion. Has he lost 1v1s yet in this league?
Whew. We just saw it. I don't know.
Wait, I'm opening up the thingies here real quick.
I think so.
Oh, he did lose to Fly, yeah.
Yeah. And those mirror matches recently are just so sick. But yeah, in a best of one orc mirror, everything can happen. Lin got the revenge in the CC Masters final. It was a ridiculous final.
Did they play any tier 3 out of curiosity?
Yeah, and that got punished so hard. Fly tried it twice on 40 supply, and that's not a good idea. No. Lin showed. At least they moved away from skipping barracks, which was also not the greatest idea. But hey, some innovation in Orc Mirror recently, which is cool.
We just need to introduce resistant skin to Torrents, then everything is gonna be great, Neo.
Sure. Great idea.
I know, right? Dude, I'm full to the brim with great ideas. I'm gonna send you a balance suggestion letter later. You're gonna be amazing.
I read your 20-page balance suggestions a month ago or so. There's a lot about slow. It felt like in every chapter, slow was mentioned 50 times.
Yeah,
and yet slow didn't get.
I actually seriously think Sorcerer's Slow is the cause of many of our problems.
I read that, and I guess Blizzard developers read that as well as he sent it to them, and still slow untouched. What do you think about that?
Well, you know, you can't do too many things. They listened to me about the cooldown, so that's pretty good. But yeah.
Once again,
are we gonna see any slow in the game coming up? Very possible. Infi showed that orcs can be beaten even entirely without slow. This still amazes me how he played. You know the games I'm talking about, where he was counter expanding with breakers and. Is he still super insane? How have Infi's games looked, by the way? Completely off topic, I guess. Let's rather focus on this one. Lin versus Fortitude. Who's gonna take the lead for the 2-1?
Game phase on! So, is Fortitude in WGL shape? When we saw them at WGL in the semifinals, Lin annihilated him. That was one of the most one-sided semifinals we ever had in a WGL competition. Sorry, gotta refresh this scene real quick. Did things change? I think so. Lin, after his small hiatus, back in tippy-toppy shape. Fortitude not doing too well recently, but picking up speed once again now that WGL and of course WGL Team League finals are coming closer. We have no skip barracks, not the ultra fast tech, and for Fortitude should be an Archmage here as well, as he always plays an Archmage. But barracks position is already interesting, right? Very far forward.
Yeah. Kind of, if there was a push, is dissuading from putting them in range of the Great Hall. Farseer, of course, our first hero here. Fortitude, not normally an MK first picker. What do we get? Building up the tension. Okay. I am.
Yeah. So, as I mentioned in the pregame talk, this base layout, as you mentioned as well, kind of aiming towards defending an upcoming push, especially tower pushes with that burrow a little further forward and protected by the racks. Will Fortitude throw a curveball and not push? I think everyone expects him to do a heavy push, so maybe doing something else is the better idea if he sees this now?
Yeah, normally the footy water elemental push into the orc main at the time that tier 2 arrives is only really good if you get level 3 AM for the level 2 water elementals. And that is so hard to do on this map. This is the primary reason why I really don't like this map at all for human versus orc. It's just so hard to creep. Now, is it as bad early as Northern Isles is, where you can't even get level 2? Or is that at least going to be easier? As we can see here, AM gets the first camp. Wolves come in, Farseer comes in, quick harass. No skip barracks, by the way. I think the Grunt is following the footy around. No, that's a wolf. Grunt seems to be scouting off somewhere else. Second burrow further in the back, harder to cancel. Fortitude is coming in here to perhaps look for a bit of pressure in the main, but also this pulls attention away from his side of the map, where now he could send out the militia to creep the green and get his level 2. He cancels the shop. That's okay, something, but it's not like Lin needs to heal right now, so it doesn't really hurt.
Very typical Fortitude play, abandoning the level 2 Archmage for a while to put on pressure, trying to bring the harass game to the Orc base. That's pretty much only him doing it this way. Was pretty successful with it, but he's up against it. There's no pressure on this Farseer at all. This is definitely not enough damage for this burrow. The burrow now, in the absence of a shop, very exposed, so is Fortitude committing with his 3 to 4 footmen and force at least some repair? Nope, it's just a little skirmish.
Something happened with the militia on the right. He sent out militia and then sent them back. He didn't creep the green.
Now he's going for it.
Yeah, well, we don't have our own camera control, so I can't look at everything that we want. It's a bit of a guessing game. Shop coming up now in the back, super protected. Did he intentionally take out like 2 trees to have the shop back there? I think he did. That's pretty cool. Farseer finally gets the level 2 and gets the boots as well. And Footy's perhaps in a position to push into the main. Or are they going to creep this solo? Wow. They're going to take a lot of damage from this camp.
Yeah. That is, of course, stolen experience from the incoming TC. Good blocks by Lin. You shall not pass, old man.
Yeah, 150 HP. This already means the AM can't really push the main.
Well, it's Fortitude, so we don't really know, but 2 Footies sent away. This is a... It's weird to say since he's hanging around in Lin's base, but this is a way more defensive Fortitude, or not as aggressive as usual. Only poking at this burrow, not forcing too much repair, not trying to cancel it at all. Close to level 2.6 or something. But pretty easy early game for Lin so far.
Yeah, it looks on paper kind of Fortitude favored, as the AM is much ahead in experience, but he's super low HP. Wow, he's actually going in. That's crazy. TC comes out. Stomp is ready. Why didn't he stomp him? Stomping the water elementals. Try to get both. How is the Farseer actually in the space?
It's Fortitude, man.
Freaking Fortitude.
It's just, yeah, as I say, he's a little crazy, he's a little suicidal. Farseer also pretty low here from the creeps.
And the lodge got cancelled, but if this whole camp goes to the Farseer, this is a big deal. I guess he doesn't get the whole camp, gets the big item though, and the big healing is really, really good for the TC. He's always going to be in the front line and going to be tanking. Lin did get none of the experience on the water elementals. That probably was a bit of a mistake on his part. And now he's going to continue creeping with the rest of the army. Regen scroll, perfect timing for that. Is Fortitude pushing this base again? Mm-hmm. He's actually doing it.
And this is decent timing, maybe? There's not too many shaman. You can't pick them up with Stormbolt. Heroes are hurt. Not the big levels yet, not even Endurance Aura. Healing. Well, Archmage is still hurt. Footmen are kind of still hurt.
Oh, if he gets this burrow, though, he could get the one in front and the one coming up after. Lin has to start production right now before he's supply blocked. And he does it.
No. Oh boy. Kodo Beast gets the Devour off, but it's only a footman and gets sniped. Water Elemental's damage raining down on this Kodo. Speed Scroll, Fireball, not enough. 6 saved by Lin. But can he kill that burrow again? He's committing hard to it. He's committing real hard to it. Oh, he's trying to defend. Mountain King takes some damage here with the Stomp. He might be dead. Stormbolt, no TP. Sweet surround by Lin and kills that MK off. And second hero progress is absolute key in this matchup. Oh, gets the Kodo in the end.
Yeah, Lin denied it though to the creeps. That was kind of cool. No experience there to the AM. Very interesting early. Hyper aggressive. But Fortitude's supply is climbing. The TC still isn't level 3. Playing rifles, by the way. And normally in this matchup in the mid game, the Orc wants to set up the expansion. But that so far, with all this aggression, certainly hasn't been possible.
Yeah, so this MK kill, he should be back in a second. Did Yatrix get an item here? No. But okay, trading army progress for hero progress. MK should be in range now. Was he? I think he was. Yeah. Okay, so that camp goes to Fortitude now. Closer to 3, closer to 2. This is gonna give us Water Elemental 2 or Brilliance Aura. Not sure. Chimiko always plays Brilliance Aura these days into 4th spell Blizzard. Would be surprised to see that though. Claws +9 for the Archmage. And Lin is going across the map with the first heal scroll of the game.
Heal scroll, invul, big healing. These are good fighting items. But the army for Lin to follow up, to back it up, isn't that big. 39 supplies still only. Very close to the human main also. So militia support is going to be really strong. And rifle and priest, whether you're really high numbers or low numbers, doesn't matter. Rifles, priests are always good. And headhunters and berserkers. They do well for Orc against casters, against priests and stuff, but against rifles, not really.
True that. So, Creepjack here, Mountain King Stormbolt on a Grunt, not on the heroes. Level 3 TC though, look at this Storm, good split by Fortitude. Wasn't too hard, he saw that coming a mile ago, but still. Kodo Beast in focus fire. Rifles, of course, deal a lot of damage. That Stomp was way better, so DPS for Fortitude is dropping. Mountain King down to 50% as well. He really wants this Kodo gone. Committing hard to it. Level 3 for the Archmage. Now Kodo is wiped out. The next focus fire. Ooh, that lightning shield. I was waiting for it from that Shaman. He was about to take out that Shaman, but no TP force. Shaman killed. Rifle down as well. 2 rifle exit kills here. But still, good fight for Fortitude.
Did he not have adept training yet?
The Lodge was very late and he needed some Shaman to apply the Dispel and with Purge, so I think that was very delayed. I can definitely see that missing.
I mean, the priests. Yeah. We see it now. The priests have it, but didn't have the Dispel there ready in time, apparently. But you know, still pretty even game, and there's no expansion coming up for Lin. I'm liking this position a lot now for Fortitude.
How much impact will this TC have? We have seen Fly with the craziest TC Lightning Shield engagements I've probably ever seen in my life. Can he follow that up? So far, it doesn't look good for the TC. That's the big heal potion committed. Murloc's still in the race. Purge on the Priest wants to take out that Dispel against the Lightning Shields. Good mana still on the TC. Next Stomp prevented with that Stormbolt. Lots of damage raining onto the Tauren Chieftain. Invo Potion, big Stomp here, but only for 6 seconds anymore. Mountain King might follow with a little bit of damage. TP's transferred and out now. Chain Lightning gets another exit kill, but follows it up with a Shaman exit kill as well. And Fortitude holds against the early tier 2 aggression by Lin. And supply is kind of equal now. But Mountain King is very close to 3.
Yeah, that was a questionable choice there by Lin. I'm not saying it was a wrong choice. Actually mean it in the sense of the world. Questionable to engage into Fortitude. They're so close to the main. The closer you are to the human main, the stronger the militia support is, and that's always
一位
really
玩家的部
important.
队正遭到攻
Shop
击。
control now, rare to see on Echo Isles, goes to the human. That's the heal scroll and the invo for Fortitude. He's gonna get both, which makes a really big difference. PC keeps up creeping. Gonna get very close to level 4 here as well. It's gonna help out with the aura. But with these scrolls, with these invos and mana pots, Fortitude's looking mighty confident right now.
Wonder if he's too low on priests. He only has 2. Depends a little on the number of shaman. Oh, what a timing. He wanted to expand here sneakily. But that's cancelled. With that movement, maybe he knows. Oh, he smells it that Lin is down here and there's no TP anymore. Oh no! He misses
一位玩
him!
家的部队正
Oh my god, dude.
Could still
This
be
could be the GG right here.
Yeah, the turtle is still up. Oh, he sees
the
it now.
shaman gives it away.
Yep. That's the item. Still didn't kill the turtle. And here comes the damage. Level 4 TC, alright. Pendant of Energy, very good as well. Fortitude wants to engage. He doesn't have a TP either. So this fight is probably deciding the game. He got that level 2 clap now, and it shows his strength once again. Oh my, stun. But not against this Mountain King, who has a lot of mana. Clap is just wiping out Lin's army. Everything's so healthy, and everything that comes into this fight will be sniped immediately. Heal scroll against the Storms was great, and this definitely looks like Fortitude is taking this, but Lin forcing him back a little. Militia in this fight as well. It's the only blockers though. Fastia does decent damage. Mountain King has no mana anymore. Fastia level 4. How is Lin throwing him back?
It's not over yet though. TC is still kind of hurt there in the back. Some more grunts are dying. MK's mana is starting to get higher and higher.
What the fuck, Lin? Had a 10 supply lead. And TC still has so much mana.
Oh, wow.
And he can follow them. Level 4 Archmage now finally for level 2 Brilliance, or I think that would have helped him along the way. Farsi a little bit in trouble. Another clap on the Headhunters. Hoo, that's brutal. Nice fight between the two. Showing the strength of both of their races par excellence now.
Storm, where is it?
Waiting
He's got
for
so
it.
much mana.
Waiting
What?
for it. Gets the kills without it.
Oh, the wolves surround against the trees. And now that the fight is so scrappy and so many units have died, suddenly the wolves are good again. Can't
no
be dispelled too easily. Wow, what a hold by Len.
So sick. So sick. He's the best in the world at the moment. Maybe not against Night Elf, but against everything else. Next grunt might be falling. There we go. It commits a Stormbolt. Not sure if that was necessary. Level 4, a little bit of mana back.
He's so full mana.
Is he waiting for
HP is
level
low.
5? Are you kidding me? So much experience from the Water Elemental. I think Water Elemental are just the wrong choice at this point. This is, of course, every purge pretty much a... Oh, Stormbolt. A Lightning Shield we can summon. There's an Invo Potion still on this TC.
Why is he not
Should be
using
fine.
Stomp? Are you kidding me? You're full mana. Is he waiting for the 5
5.
second stun and 6 second cooldown?
Absolutely. Forces joining the fight. Lin switched to Raiders heavily, by the way. So 2 end snares now. Double disable with that. And a great solution to take out the priests. Sweet control. Fortitude burned through all his mana once again, down to 32. And when is this TC coming into this fight?
Oh, Invis Woofies!
So strong. So strong. He's fighting without the TC.
Dude, Lin always has like 3 different groups of units focusing targets at the same time while still controlling his heroes perfectly.
一位玩家的部队
That was
正
such
遭到
that
攻
was
击。
such a sick defense. That was in that corner creepjack situation without a TP. I think it's very reasonable to say that every other orc would have died. Maybe Fly would have survived this.
Yeah. Oh, Stormbolt now. No TP. No bash, of course. Oh my. Oh my.
Oh,
Archmage has good right click.
Yes, he did.
That's a Farseer down, and Romantic Fortitude kind of back into this game, but guess what? We do have the 5 second stun on a 6 second cooldown. And Lin, is he rich? Not really.
Oh, this game's not over yet.
Fortitude at 30.
And now, of course, Brilliance Aura on the MK, pretty damn good.
It's getting level 3 Brilliance Aura soon, I guess. It's level 5. Level 3 Water Elementals. What? This will force a lot of purges, and with small armies, this can make a big difference, but I still think more mana on the Mountain King would have been better. Whatever. Both at around 30. Lin was expanding behind it, but it's only at 2/3, and with level 3 Water Elementals, this could be a kill. Still, damage is crazy. Need to summon it immediately. Rifles are joining this as well. Oh, Lin. The defense was great, but was that expansion once again too greedy?
I mean, he got a lot of gold back from that. He didn't lose that much. He did make it to double level 5 heroes. And that is nuts. Farseer is going to be back from the altar kind of soon. Lin took out a few more reinforcements. This is a great freaking game.
Yeah, you can rewind a little to the beginning of the game when I said, hey, Lin vs Fortitude on Echo Isles. That's oftentimes pretty damn good games. Also, this map, right? What kind of crazy games it provides all the time. Just, to mention that here and there. Invo Potion and Heal Scroll on the Archmage. And they're gearing up toward 50 supply once again. Heal Potion, Invo Potion, Pendant of Energy on the TC. And another expansion attempt by Lin.
Lin has been doing countless things insanely well this game. The one thing he hasn't been doing very well is dodging storm bolts with invos. He had multiple opportunities to do that. And this really completely shifts the course of the flow of a battle, oftentimes. And now he's going in without the Farseer.
I mean, if you have a 5-second stun, maybe you don't even need it. Takes out the... Oh. Leaves the Water Elemental for a long time. Could easily kill that, in my opinion. Stormbolt again, right next to the trees. Could be surrounded, doesn't want to commit. And Farseer is back now. MK very aggressive. Wolves are back.
MK's out of mana.
Invite to the clap, but yeah, he's out of mana now.
Stomp in the back. This is the first of many. MK is completely dry. This is the fight for Lin to take.
So too. This could be the 2-1 for ELL right here, going for the Archmage. There's Ensnare, Invo Potion. Massive Epicenter Storm, followed up by a Chain Lightning level 2. Water Elementals taken now. That's a big drop in damage for Fortitude, and it seems like the game is out of control for the Chinese now. Storm misses the Mountain King, hits a couple of rifles. Okay, everything is super low for Lin. There's no heal scroll. Mountain King, Storm bolted super low! Invo Potion, Wolves now have to take out these rifles, and this looks like mass murder, isn't? Heroes so super duper mega low. Archmage chasing. Oh, TC falls, and he doesn't get. Can he get the revenge kill? Can he get the revenge kill? Boots of speed, everybody.
24 versus 24 supply. What is this game?
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Lin is trying to get this expo back up. Wolf is chasing. When does it expire? Can he reach? A little bit of a micro mistake.
Dude, don't stop moving. That guy's got crit. Oh, the Wolf was trying to come in for the Ensnare. Oh, that's 2 more kills right there. TC back from the tavern. No mana. But still, decent right clicks, I guess. 29 versus 26 supply. MK, dude, be careful.
The balls. Healing got cancelled. He has a Stormbolt ready. TC is not 6. He's close, but he's not 6 yet. Well, there's no follow-up.
Grunt, I guess.
Yeah. Takes the safe spot. We're close to mass teleport, maybe. TC has no mana potion, can't stomp at the moment. And they're flying, no TP! Just blocking the Wolf all of a sudden is there to block, and that is double level 6. Mass murder, Fortitude taps out, Lin takes the game. What a crazy game that was. The War Chief. He's just the best.
That was so amazing. Slight mistake there by Lin in the early game. Underestimating the pressure that the AM could do. And it's a very easy mistake to make. You think, okay, AM is 100 HP. He can't do anything in my main. But he comes in over and over, cancels the Lodge, kills the burrows, cancels the burrows, really threw Lin back. He was at a deficit. It looked like he was about to drop this game at the creep jack bottom left. And then just Lin comes online.
Yeah.
Wonderful game. Beautiful game.
Turn it up to 11. Lin's final form defeats Fortitude. Little bit of praise for Fortitude here, playing it well. I think there were still a couple of mistakes, like the army composition, in my opinion, wasn't the greatest. I question Water Elemental 3 over Brilliance Aura 3, but in that position. I can understand it because the expansion was about to be up. He had to push it, otherwise he's gonna lose that game. In the long run, I think it hurt him though, to not have that much mana on the Mountain King. But in those scrappy moments, wow, you're just so focused on what's going on and mistakes happen, and that makes for great games. This highlight reel should be pretty insane. Here's the surround on the Kodo that will be followed up by an MK surround after the double burrow kill. Lin with the grunt on the left hand side, getting him trapped. This Kodo safe for a long time, getting attention of the main army. In the end, he got the kill, but only at the expansion in the bottom left. MK kill early resulted in a way faster level 3 TC than we had the level 3 MK. But yeah, I think we're just waiting for the bottom left, man. Can they just replay the last 5 minutes of the game as one big highlight?
I wouldn't mind seeing it again. Yeah, when Lin was in the bottom right of the map, this all felt a little forced. I think this was a little too ham. This was where Fortitude really took the lead in this game. First he takes out the Kodo. I mean, he's going to be forced into a TP here soon, but still I think this was a good sequence of events for Fortitude. We can see here no dispel against the Lightning Shield. I think he just simply didn't have enough mana.
Was that the only Lightning Shield in the game, by the way? Very, very limited usage of Lightning Shield.
And shouldn't the Farseer have been able to get away here? Like, how is he not running out of range of the AM? They have the same move speed. That really confused me as well.
Oh, that is...
What looked really good in Unison, by the way, was Raiders plus Headhunters. Ensnare and focus on the priests. And once the healing is gone, suddenly this army is a lot weaker. This is the last fight. TC level 5, 4 mana. We had one wonderful stomp. Oh, they're not going to show it? Well,
must be a human making these highlights. Oh man, the second Invis Wolf blocking the way, and boom, double level 6 there. It was definitely over. Comeback by ELL, winning both of the one-on-one. So now we go into LP territory once again, question mark. 2-on-2 up next. ELL with that result, by the way, guaranteed winner of the group stage. So they are first place. Will they go 7-0 in Clan Wars? We're going to be back in 3 minutes with the next 2-on-2 of ELL versus LP Club. See you in a bit. We go into the second 2-on-2. It is Lin and 1-0. They played against each other in the next finals. Now they played together again versus the Chinese-Korean team of LP Club. This is Fortitude and Focus, energized and excited as always. It doesn't matter if he starts into the game or just wins the game. That is just pure excitement for the Korean. And there we go. Tunnel Rock is the map. We see ELL in the north with Lin at the upper left, bottom left is 1-0. And the Lao Pao Esports Club for, match points for ELL. They fight for survival here. It could be the 7-0 in Clan Wars for 1-0 Lin and LawLiet. If Focus and Fortitude don't find the win here.
Well. What is going to be our first heroes here? We're going to be looking at Team ELL first. We saw TC first earlier by Lin. That didn't work out too well. This time, Shadow Hunter.
Wow, is it the Shadow Hunter Pit Lord play again on this map? This takes quite some time. We need to see the heroes of Focus and Fortitude.
Wait, did they play that in 2v2?
Yeah. That was super sick.
That sounds so cool on paper.
Yeah, the Pit Lord seen some rise at 2-2, man. Hall of Terror is pretty damn good, and Cleave as well. And you have a blocker at 1-0 can coil him, so...
Yeah!
That's pretty good.
That just sounds like it's the best thing ever. I've not seen that before.
It's so sick. So...
Just give him a few claws, maybe a ring. Hell yeah, I want to see that.
Give me those heroes! Blade Master, expect that for early pressure, and that buys some time for the Archmage. The faster the Archmage gets level 3, the faster they can put on pressure. I wonder, does the Double Rex rifle play by Fortitude work here? this is his normal 2-on-2 comp that he plays on almost every map except today. Blade Master will be pretty weak, I think. This is really interesting.
Yeah, Blade Master normally in the 2v2 in the late game, not really impressive at all unless he has an absolutely outstanding game. But early on he can be quite disruptive I should say, and can slow down the opponent. Great space creator, kind of like a keeper can be. And that's exactly what he's doing here, going up against the DK here nice and early. Death Knight certainly going to be very level hungry. I think that's going to be just the case for all of ELL's heroes, right? Shadowhunter very level hungry, Lich, DK very level hungry, and a Pit Lord kind of also. Yeah, Howl is a 1-point wonder, but Cleave only really gets good on level 2. And again, this is really not a map with that many creeps in 2 versus 2.
Nope, and this is, harassing Shadowhunter. That didn't work too well. Giving up some levels for this. So, I don't know if Lin 1-0 can get there. The early tier 2 push is gonna be insane for Fortitude and Focus. Blade Master finds the DK, interrupts the creeping, no level 2, more damage on him.
The DK horse looks so slim in Reforged. Have you noticed this? Normally it's always a little bit of a chunkier boy.
You know, economy is down. Not too many carrots for him anymore.
Do undead horses eat dead carrots? Well, I guess all the carrots we eat are dead, aren't they? Oh my god, Neo.
What an epiphany here on Turtle Rock. Great to wait, tower? He's not expanding, is he?
You don't on Turtle Rock. Hey, somebody has to tell Fortitude you don't expand on Turtle Rock. We never see this. Unless it's behind a massive push or something.
Hex, counterblock. Archmage should be safe. No TP forced early. So is it only a this is more than a tower already?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Straight up expo.
What the? I'm not sure if I like this, to be honest.
I do. Like, this Shadowhunter is level 1. The DK is level 2. The opposition is not going to get very strong very soon. You get level 3, you get the expo, and you push behind it. The AM right now is very strong. You have a Blade Master to back you up as well. I think this makes a lot of sense. Question is going to be, how quickly is he going to get out of footies? Because these footies won't be good for much longer.
Threatening a Shadowhunter surround in the north, and there he is, the big bad booty daddy. Pit Lord arrives on the battlefield. 4-1-2-0 though, not for Lin.
Oh.
Expansion. I think they... Okay, it's a good choice against a possible mass rifles by Fortitude because of Howl of Terror and there's no Dispel for a while. I thought the tier 2 push would break ELL's neck, but maybe the Pit Lord is the one unit answer to this.
Lich is going to be very underleveled, and Lich will certainly still have to be added, right? Dude, this looks so greedy by ELL. All these heroes need levels. And the one that's not even out yet also needs levels. Well, I guess Lich is okay on level 1 because of the orb and stuff. But they're just totally not reading this expo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. No wolves, no Blade Master. It is lack of vision for sure. Red spot for ELL. Distraction push by Fortitude. Warmill, okay. For Kodos later. But will they be supply stuck here or will they defend this early?
Dude, in every single game is pushing the bar forwards. Both 2v2s and the 1v1. Oh, Khadgar's Pipe! Hallelujah! That is a game-changing item for ELL.
For 4 mana hungry heroes and walkers. Yep, that's really good. TP in. A little bit of a game of chicken. Burrow gets killed. He gets another one. Lin is in deep trouble.
Yeah, Lin he just got completely kneecapped. What's his supply right now?
一位玩家
37.
部队
Okay,
正
it's
遭到
not
攻击
that bad. But he's gonna be stuck at 37 for a real long time.
This is more time for Fortitude to possibly go to tier 2. He has 1,000 gold. Man, I could watch this clan war last forever.
24-hour clan war? Hey, how have we never had that before?
Well, we got
Brilliant
close with some
marketing idea.
WNV clan wars back in the day.
Hell yeah, dude. 6.5 hours. Let's go.
一位玩家的部队正遭到攻击。
And this might be the first time they see this expansion. They're like, oh, crap. What
基
now?
地正遭到围攻。
Especially with Lin having to invest into burrows again. Like 4 burrows rather. That's so much gold that it's not going into army. Yeah, 1-0 can go up to 50. He should be on the way to tier 3. This is not a time to push already. Not yet. Oh, surround on the Archmage. That's the
一位
TP.
玩家的部队正遭到攻击。
At this point in the game is pretty scary for LP. They have certainly lost map control. Whereas a little while ago, now suddenly they're pretty trash as the army and hero levels keep on increasing for ELL. Gonna get the next red camp. Another aura here would be insane. Wait, actually they have both of the big auras already. They could get the damage aura, I guess. But instead they get the Cloak of Flames. Also not too bad.
一位玩
And
家
this
的部队
Pit Lord also
正
super
遭到攻
tanky.
击
Talisman of Evasion, Ring, a little bit of health,
yeah.
Spirit Link
You have
coming.
to give him Cloak. He's way more sustainable.
I thought he did. Maybe he tried. He was super close, but
Oh, this is the best Cloak carrier of all time. Backed up by a DK, those items, and a Shadow Hunter. Give him that Cloak, bro.
Fortitude finally on tier 2,
一
adds
位
a
玩家的部
paladin,
队正遭
pendant
到
of energy, mana potion.
Focus found, pendant, and big mana. But of course.
Sure, it's focus, man. Oh, this one gets stopped a lot quicker, so Lin is back up to 450 supply. What's Fortitude's base? It's mass rifles, okay.
It needs to go into upkeep soon here. Second, I like that. Holy Light and Aura both really good. But no AoE. No, the AM has retrained into Blizzard. I like that a lot. Yeah. That's really good.
Hex and Heal Wave, Storm 2, Coil 2, and Lich added now. Blade Master only level 2. He won't be a big factor at all, especially not with Howl of Terror and the stun. No Devotion Aura yet. They would love to have some more time, but they don't. Fight at the tavern. Typical play here. Oh, that stomp was pretty great. Pit Lord not finding the best position yet, but here we go. Let the Howl work. Let the Cleave work. Hex immediately against the Blizzard. That was nice. TC controlled with Ensnare. Heal Wave and Spirit Link on everything. Focus is creating a good blocker line here. How long can he keep that one up? Destroyer killed, 5 supply gone. Rifleman put in great damage as the Howl doesn't affect them yet. Now it does. Dispel is very limited at the moment.
The waves rattling through everywhere. TC into the back with the insane stomp with the mana potion. Heal scroll is going to be required here. LP going to fall back. Nice speed scroll to get back to the shop, back to a safer position. Why didn't they stay in this position to begin with, by the way? Why didn't they use their buildings here? Kind of wondered that as the fight broke out. But man, this late game combo for ELL is really hitting in hard now with these high level heroes. TC may have another stomp soon. They need more heal scrolls. LP need more healing, but they don't have any more. Well, they do have the shadow, but no scrolls at this point, I believe. Regen scroll, actually, that's pretty cool. Falling back further and further, but ELL is following. They're on the chase. They're thirsty.
They won the 7-0 regular season. Everything is at 50%. Regen scroll is big, but how long can they keep this expo up? The Pit Lord reached the critical level 3. This cleave is nothing but insane. And throughout this entire fight, he couldn't get the Paladin up to level 2. This Devotion Aura would be so great for him. Lizard to create some space. It's not that much damage at the moment. Did anyone have time to go for heal scrolls? Doesn't seem like it. Pit Lord close to the Orc units again, and with all that sustain, it's just that damn good. But Blizzard is having more and more of an impact. Focus is kind of falling apart, though. Ivalak, TC, and Focus Fire getting hacks. Critical strike! Paladin, oh, he's blocking that. TC is gone. Finally, level 3 right here. LP strikes back.
Do they have the money for the Tavern revive? Here's the question. They need it. They don't have the time here to get him back from the altar, and yes, they do. TC is back, but low HP, no mana. Finally, an item being transferred. The Pit Lord was trying to give him the healing or something. Wasn't able to in that surround. AM in a bit of trouble, but gets healed there as well. Blade Master getting focused. Heavy hero focus now by ELL. But they're not getting the kills.
They want this Paladin. Don't think it's enough. Maybe need a mana potion on the Shadow Hunter to provide some healing. TC down to 50% once again. People are kind of surrounded. The Blizzard is working overtime. But they don't have a solution to that anymore. There's no disable with lack of mana and lack of the Raiders and such.
10 supply deficit now for ELL. But they have a counter expansion coming up. Double counter expo.
So greedy.
But
imagine this
neither of
fight
those
without
are
the Cactus Pipe, by the way.
Yes, this pipe has been absolutely insane for ELL.
Sick hold, though. I thought ELL got it, but then Lin was losing a lot of army. They still have the better tech. Mana potion on the TC now. Heal potions everywhere. Heal scrolls as well.
一座基地正遭到围攻。
And super low resources for focus, especially double mana potion on the Shadow Hunter. Kills that expansion. Do they expect the undead expansion?
Forced into another fight. Great position for the Blizzard. TC trying to get in for the Stomp. Dispel against the Hex. And there it is. Epicenter Stomp in the middle of everything. TC has so many items. No way you can focus him. The two big bruisers, the TC and the Pit Lord in the front line. A little too scary for LP to face in this position. They're going to TP back. Regroup. Probably want to get some more scrolls first.
Man. TC and Pit Lord remind me of these this bully duo in the Anaheim Mighty Duck movies. I don't know what they're called in English, but chat will probably tell me. So can they hold this now? The expansion is definitely in trouble. No more riflemen as the blacksmith falls. The Bash Brothers, okay. Doesn't really apply to Warcraft, but you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, this bruiser combo, TC Pit Lord has been looking so good. Of course, this TC is backed up by statues and the Brilliance Aura. So this is a super buff TC. And of course the cloak as well.
Holy, this cleave is so insane. AoE oftentimes the key to victory. Pit Lord seems surrounded, but is that a good choice even if they can be coiled and has an invul? I'm not too sure. Positioning seems to be okay as the rifles are kinda safe. TC hits with a stomp, but not everything. Not the Shadow Hunt, the Archmage, so no Blizzard at the moment. They are focusing, in my opinion, a little too much on that Pit Lord. This stomp was insane, and the follow up with the Howl is so good. Lack of damage for sure. My god. TC Pit Lord, what a combo! This AoE once again. They can't hold their ground anymore. ELL just smashing this fourth fight of the game. Level 4 TC, that was the last stomp though.
Oh man, this must have felt good. To play this tank frontline combo, the AoE stuff around. And now it's too much. The hero levels are too high. They were kind of greedy with their hero choices, but it has worked out. They even have an expansion behind this. Not that they even need it. Or can LP turn this fight around? It doesn't look like they can.
Fortitude
Everything's so low. Everything's about to die.
He can't get rifles anymore. They lost the blacksmith, so once they die, they're not coming back. And this is multi-kill for the Pit Lord. Look at the cleave go. It's insane, and it's a beauty of a stomp. This game is certainly over. Level 3 Lich for added area of effect. GG! ELL with a 7-0 season.
Damn, dude. That was super cool. The TC Pit Lord frontline. These tank heroes, they're seemingly becoming better and better. Like all these other normal units like grunts and footies, they're not really good, especially in the late game. But these beefy AoE hero tank heroes, that was super cool. Once those levels came online, extremely dangerous. But what question we have to ask ourselves is, how different does that game look without a cat gas pipe?
Yeah. The heroes, I think the great thing is they provide some tankiness and AoE, both. And then if you play high damage dealers, Fortitude maybe not, like, does he have to go Priest for the spell against it? The Howl is so good against rifles, and a big lack of damage uptime with Storm and Howl. Yeah, how does the fight look without the Cactus Pipe? Always the question. Maybe they run out of mana a little faster and then LP holds, but going back, I dislike the expansion. We are on different opinions here, but I think if they just play a normal tier 2 rifle push, as they did so many times in this league with XiaoKK, they stop the progress of the tier 3 undead, and the levels don't get too high. It's a lot more all-in than this expansion play was, but I think you have a better shot at winning.
Yeah. Yeah, the more I think about it is like, the rifles are supposed to carry you in the late game there, right? But the rifles don't have good target. As a destroyer in range, you don't have good targets. Fiends, not really good. And if you're going into range of the Fiends, you're standing in the middle of a Pit Lord and a TC. The Pit Lord TC combo is just so crazy strong against rifles. So yeah, maybe they should have forced an attack before those levels came online. But you know me, Neo, I'm Mr. Expansion and Counter Expansion. I hate going all in, as it's so unforgiving. But maybe that would have been the better choice.
Yeah, I think it was pretty obvious that the Orc Undead combo scales way better into the late game, and maybe a tactical mistake by LP. Nonetheless, they got their third place saved, so they will go into the playoffs versus RW, and the opponent of ELL is either YR or Rise Again. This is going to be our next clan war. It's pretty much the quarterfinal coming up next, with this clan war being decided. 7-0 season for ELL, 6-1 season for the Rogue Warriors, 5-2 season for LP, right? Yeah. So the top 3 teams prevail in a fashion that we expected them to play. And now, who will join them is the question. Thank you, WC3 Fanboy, for the 2-year resub. Feels good to have you back in good shape, Remo. And Stars and Stripes, one of our wonderful mods, with a €20 donation. Finally, someone posted Remo's bail. When's the next court date?
Hopefully not too soon, dude. Hopefully not too
Hopefully
soon.
not too
Thank you guys
soon.
all very much for the support. It's good to be back.
Babidi with a 42-month resub. Now I got Oasis back in my head. Thank you, Remo. And we go into a 7-minute break before we go into the next clan war. Rise Again, Moon, Michael, Thunder, fighting for the playoffs against YR, Remind, Yumiko, WFZ, and Hainu. Steelwing, thank you for the 7-month resub. Remo being back looking sharp. And we see each other looking sharp for the second clan war of the day. Stay with us for WGTL.